With NFL free agency less than 3 weeks away, the Minnesota Vikings are starting to make some moves to get underneath the salary cap and give them the freedom to make a couple moves in free agency. The first shoe to drop was 10-year veteran tight end Kyle Rudolph, released on Tuesday, saving them $5.0375 million against the cap, approximately. The question is, who is next? Because once that axe starts swinging, you fired. I need a couple more people on the chopping block. So the Vikings are currently at $184.4 million in cap liabilities for the top 51 contracts on their books per over the cap. Now remember, the salary floor this year is going to be $180 million. So it's going to be at least that. Potentially could go up. Rumor is about 183. So the Vikings still have some work to do to be able to afford the rookie class, especially since they're probably going to have 12 draft picks again and potentially go after free agents, which will be important. And looking at our chart, which we've been using for most likely roster moves outside of restructures and extensions, etc. So Riley Reiff is still on the books and would be fine having him back, but at a much lower number. So he's due to have a $5 million roster bonus on March 19th, the third day of the new league year, and as well as a base salary of $6.65 million. Now, moving on from him, cut or trade would free up $11.75 million. He is the most attractive trade piece because he had his career year in 2020, still a very effective left tackle in this league, and I think that the Vikings could probably, I don't know, second round pick is a little bit rosy. A third round pick for sure makes a lot of sense. Shamar Stephen could be moved and saved $3.75 million against the cap. He's in the middle of his 3-year deal that he signed coming back from the Seattle Seahawks, former 7th round pick. You like him. I know that Andre Patterson likes him, but it's a business. Time to move on. Kicker Dan Bailey, $1.8 million of his $2.7 million base salary guarantees on March 19th. Get rid of him. You already got another kicker on the roster. Get rid of Diamond Dan Bailey. He sucked last year. Move on. Quitting Skullquit would save $1.783 million. You liked him in 2019. He simply was not up to snuff in 2020. The big decision is going to be 4-time Pro Bowler and team captain linebacker Anthony Barr. He's already said that he's not interested in a restructure, aka a pay cut, and is due a $12.3 million base salary in 2021, the highest paid off-ball linebacker in the National Football League, with $7.1 million of it fully guaranteeing on March 19th, the third day of the new league year. So the question is, who is next? All right, so given that Barr and Reiff do have some trade value, Spielman could drag that one out, just be like, who's going to give a third for Reiff? Who's going to give up a fifth for Anthony Barr? Come on, everyone. Plus, since it is a deadline-driven league and decisions generally don't get made until they absolutely have to be, Reiff, Barr, and Bailey, all of money tied to the third day of the new league year, March 19th, it could go down to the wire. So that could drag out for the next 2.5 weeks. So I think that the next guy to go, logically, is going to be Shamar Stephen, because he's the largest number. He's going to be 30 years old, and he was a big reason why the Vikings struggled on the defensive interior last year. 0 pass rush and was soft against the run last season. And after Michael Pierce opted out, Spielman, in infinite wisdom, they're like, we're good at nose tackle. We have Shamar Stephen. And then did not work out. And you do have Michael Pierce back, and they're going to upgrade at 3 tech. So it makes sense to let Shamar Stephen go. Like I said, he's the largest number at $3.75 million. And do it early. I mean, do him a solid. If he's not going to be on the roster, get him as much of a head start as possible before free agency. Maybe he does catch on somewhere else. But there are still many moves for the Vikings to be made to get underneath the salary cap and free some money up so they can go chase after free agents. Probably not enough to go after Jumpin' Joe Thuney, but we can dream. But they're putting in that work early. Wouldn't be shocked if there isn't another roster move this week for the Vikings. But your thoughts? Who gonna be next? What's the next roster move for the Vikings? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.